Imagine an entire army of dogs and wigs. No, you didn't misread the Poodle. That elegant little fluffball that today parades in squares and parks was once a symbol of power, vanity, and even, believe it or not, espionage. But what you might not know is that behind the funny haircuts and pleading eyes, there's a history full of twists, mysteries, and some moments so absurd they seem made up. Have you ever wondered why the Poodle has that peculiar haircut with pom-poms on its legs and tail? Spoiler, it wasn't just a matter of fashion, it was a matter of survival. Although, let's be honest, the drama involved perfectly matched the dramatic personality of these furry friends. And get ready, because the Poodle was not only a hunter, bodyguard to kings, circus star, but it also almost disappeared off the map for being considered excessively refined in more turbulent times. And what does this teach us about how your Poodle acts today? Spoiler, it probably judges you, all the time. Stick with me until the end, because besides discovering the mysteries behind the origin of this breed full of glamour and attitude, you'll understand why the Poodle can be your biggest fan, or your most demanding critic, and at the end, I'll even tell you 10 reasons why this cutie might turn up its nose at you. Before we dive into the curious stories of this breed, it's time to learn the basics about the Poodle, and I'll tell you now. It's much more than just a pretty face. Official name, Poodle, also known as Caniche in French-speaking countries. Origin, Germany and France. Yes, this is a disputed history. Sizes, toy, miniature, medium, and standard, that big one that almost looks like a mini horse. Coat, curly, dense, and continuously growing, perfect for creative hairstyles. Personality, intelligent, playful, loyal, but also demanding and highly sensitive to human emotions. Favorite activities, obedience, agility, tricks, and, of course, stealing the show wherever it goes. Now that you know the business card of this born artist, it's time to travel back in time and to discover how a dog with an aristocratic air conquered the world, and also how it became a fundamental piece in the history of kings and commoners. Although today, the Poodle is almost automatically associated with French glamour, its true origin dates back to medieval Germany. The very name Poodle derives from the German Pudel or Puddlehind, which means dog that plays in the water. This linguistic root reveals a lot about its initial purpose. They were hunting dogs, specialized in retrieving down waterfowl, often facing icy waters with courage and dexterity. The first Poodles were much more robust than the elegant specimens we know today. To protect them during hunts, hunters began to trim specific parts of their bodies. They left the chest covered to warm the heart, preserve the joints to avoid cold in the legs, and shave the rest to allow for quick movements in the water. This practical style would evolve centuries later into the artistic cuts that today parade in canine beauty competitions. It was only in France that the Poodle found its main stage. The nobility was enchanted not only by its appearance, but also by its impressive intelligence and ease of training. Quickly, the Poodle went from being just a fearless worker to becoming a symbol of sophistication, posing in court portraits and accompanying the European elite at major events. This transformation, however, is just the beginning. The Poodle not only charmed kings and queens, it conquered artists, circuses, and even scientists. In the next chapter, we will discover how this extraordinary dog stole the spotlight and definitively marked popular culture. Throughout the centuries, the Poodle has surprisingly reinvented itself. In the 18th century, it already shone in the salons of the French aristocracy, adorned with ribbons and elaborate cuts that looked more like works of art. But its stardom was just beginning. During the 19th and early 20th centuries, the Poodle gained prominence in the circus arenas of Europe. Its sharp intelligence, ability to learn complex tricks, and captivating personality made it the perfect choice for the spectacle. A number with the Poodle was enough to enchant the audience. It was seen jumping through hoops of fire, walking on its hind legs, and even driving small carts in humorous acts. This constant presence reinforced the image of the Poodle as not only a beautiful animal, but also extraordinarily intelligent and versatile. In popular culture, the Poodle also found its place of prominence in cinema and television. It was immortalized in Disney films and cartoons that popularized its image for new generations. In the 1950s, the so-called poodle skirt, a skirt decorated with the stylized image of a poodle, became a craze among American teenagers, definitively sealing the dog's connection with fashion and pop culture. From a star of hunts to an icon of runways and screens, the Poodle knew how to adapt to the spirit of each era, always maintaining its aura of elegance and intelligence. But not everything was glamour, as we will see next. Not even the charming Poodle escaped difficult moments where its prestige almost collapsed. Despite all its charm and popularity, the Poodle also faced its dark moments. During the late 20th century, especially in the 1980s and 1990s, the explosion in the breed's popularity brought unexpected consequences. Due to the enormous demand, many irresponsible breeders began to prioritize quantity over quality, resulting in fragile litters with health problems and unstable temperaments. These careless practices led to a wave of severe criticism. The Poodle, once seen as synonymous with elegance and intelligence, began to be associated by some with nervous, excessively pampered, and difficult-to-handle dogs. Its highly stylized appearance in beauty competitions also ended up fueling stereotypes. Many began to see it only as a frivolous or affected dog, disregarding its impressive athletic and intellectual abilities. In some regions of Europe, they even considered drastically reducing the registration of the breed to protect the genetic integrity of the Poodle. Such was the concern about its distortion. although it was never really on the verge of extinction. The poodle had to fight to regain its prestige, and the dedication of serious and passionate breeders was crucial to rescue its image today. Thanks to preservation and awareness efforts, the poodle has once again been recognized for what it truly is, one of the most intelligent, versatile, and enchanting dogs in the world. And if you think you already know everything about the poodle, wait until you discover the scientific mysteries that still surround this breed. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next chapters of this fascinating story. Even after centuries of close coexistence with humans, the poodle still holds some secrets that science is trying to unravel. One of the biggest mysteries involves its almost supernatural intelligence, although the poodle consistently ranks among the top 3 most intelligent breeds in the world. Researchers are still investigating how it develops such complex problem-solving and rapid learning strategies, characteristics more common in working dogs than in companion dogs. Genetic studies have also raised interesting questions. There are indications that the poodle shares unique genetic traits related to physical endurance and adaptation to the aquatic environment, abilities that date back to its days as a water-hunting dog. However, the exact extent of these characteristics and how they interact with its enormous cognitive capacity is still being studied. Another curious mystery is the phenomenon known as hypoallergenicity. Many believe that the poodle is an anti-allergenic breed, but science has not yet reached a definitive consensus. What is known as that? Due to its curly and continuously growing coat, the poodle releases less hair and dander into the environment, which can help sensitive people. But the true relationship between the breed and human allergies still has gaps that future research will try to fill, and as if so much complexity weren't enough, the way different sizes of poodles, toy, miniature, and standard, maintain similar behaviors despite such large physical differences is another point that intrigues geneticists and trainers. Next, get ready, we are going to explore a less cute and more controversial side of the poodle. If you're enjoying this journey, leave a like and activate the notification bell to follow everything firsthand. As adorable as they are, poodles also have their demanding side. If they could talk, they might give you a few reasons why they're not exactly your biggest fans. Shall we find out? 1. You don't like learning new tricks. Poodles love intellectual challenges. If you don't keep up, they might find you a bit boring. 2. You're not a big fan of exercise. Accumulated energy in a poodle turns into mischief in minutes. If you prefer to stay still, it might look for another adventure partner. 3. You complain about your hair. Imagine living with someone who changes hairstyles with every breeze. Now, multiply that by 10. Coat care is mandatory for you. Ignore subtle signs. Poodles are sensitive and communicative. If you don't notice when they're uncomfortable, they might give you the cold shoulder. 5. You like mess. Poodles value order and routine. A chaotic environment makes this little dog suspicious. 6. You want a dog for decoration? Impossible. They need real interaction, not just a pretty corner to lie down in. 7. You get easily irritated. Poodles quickly perceive your mood, and if they sense tension, they tend to get anxious to. 8. You don't like water. Many poodles have a real passion for swimming. If you avoid even puddles, there might be incompatibility. 9. You take a long time to socialize. They are sociable by nature. If you take too long to introduce new friends, they will find it strange. 10. You don't like being surpassed. Be careful. In intelligence tests, they often understand commands before you finish explaining. So, how many of these reasons did you identify with? Tell us in the comments. Take the opportunity to subscribe so you don't miss the next incredible curiosities about the pet world. After all this, you must be wondering, what else can I learn about the poodle? Well, the truth is that the stories and mysteries of this pet go far beyond what we imagine. Why was such an elegant and sophisticated dog as the poodle so essential to royal courts? How does such an intelligent and, at the same time, so eccentric breed still hold hidden secrets in its behavior? Or rather, do they know more about us than we know about them? What if poodles had a secret code among themselves? Something that tells us a lot about how to win them over or how to push them away. Perhaps the secret lies in how they see themselves, or rather, how we see them, because, deep down, the real question is not how the poodle reacts to you, but how you react to the poodle. Have you already noticed these little details that make all the difference in how the poodle interacts with you? And what would it do if it knew you were always trying to guess its intentions? But what if I told you that you are missing a big secret about this breed? Stay tuned. Next week, we will discover how a simple gesture can be the key to gaining the trust of any poodle. And are you doing everything right? You won't want to miss it. Leave a comment now. Which other mysterious pet do you want to see investigated here on the channel? Don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications because the next episode will leave you speechless.